Boys, the first official College Football 26 trailer just dropped, so I want to go over all of the details you guys may have missed in the trailer. Now, there's going to be some obvious things in here that I'm just going to point out for anybody who doesn't notice them, but we're also going to go into the finer details that EA has put throughout this trailer that you guys might have missed out on noticing. But with that being said, we're going to have a ton of College Football 26 stuff dropping soon, so don't miss out on any of the content on the channel, boys. And in honor of this trailer dropping, I am going to be giving away a copy of College Football 26. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, be subscribed, notifications on, comment down below what you're most excited for in the game, and let's get into this. Now, the first thing you notice when the trailer does begin is all of the new immersive intros to all of the games and everything. There's drones in the sky for the home team, and this also goes into the new Homefield Advantage 2.0 system that EA has put into the game, which says right here, experience enhanced stadium pulse effects, including a more intense camera shake, new heads-up display visuals, and clock distortion that simulates the high pressure of playing as a visitor in hostile territory. Rivalry games, the college football playoff, and other high-stakes matchups are now even more affected by stadium pulse. When you're on the road, use your confidence and composure to help counteract the rattling environment. So it looks like it's going to be even more in-depth for Homefield Advantage and everything than it ever was in College Football 25, which I'm super excited for. And then after that in the trailer, a familiar song, if you're a college football fan, starts to play, which is obviously one of the most beloved intros for any college football team, which is Enter Sandman, of course, which wasn't in College Football 26, but they say in the blog right here, at Next Level Game Day, feel the stadium shake as you discover more of your school's unique pageantry, traditions, and sounds with new PA tracks, including Metallica's Enter Sandman, 160 new school-specific chants, new mascots, and band music. We knew how much people loved the drum lines from the menu last year, which obviously, I mean, those got tiring after 5 minutes. We're going to change it up for College Football 26. We're bringing new marching band covers of popular songs to our menus for players to enjoy, as well as fight songs from schools around the country. Learn more about this in our presentation deep dive campus huddle article coming later this summer. So it sounds like not just Enter Sandman, but tons of other songs are going to be dropping into the game as well. But I mean, during even all of that, we also see some of the new coaches that get to walk out into the stadium with the players this year. There's over 300 new coaches in the game this year. Obviously, there wasn't any last year, but now it sounds like they have the rights to a lot of these coaches. And what I wonder is, since there's 300, does that mean there's going to be 300 schools, or are they talking about offensive coordinators? Because we obviously had 134 teams in College Football 25. But, I mean, if we have 300 head coaches, that means we're doubling the amount of schools in the game this year, which is just outrageous. And the blog states right here, suit up for Dan Lanning, compete against Kirby Smart, recruit as or against James Franklin, go toe-to-toe with current coaches who bring distinctive play styles to the field, strategize like they would with their unique playbooks for a more authentic coaching experience. So, I mean, it sounds extremely hype, obviously, and it's just one of the awesome details they're adding to the game this year. And then right after that in the trailer, we get to return back to a feature from the old NCAAs, which is playing in high school in Road to Glory. So we'll go through each of these as well. Now, the first thing we see is the high school field, and obviously a long-rumored feature that is finally returning is going to be high school in Road to Glory, where you can now start in your senior season, try to become a 5-star recruit, getting offers from colleges, and choosing which one you'd like to commit to, obviously. My favorite thing returning is the NPCs all looking the same. I mean, these guys are literally triplets. It's actually unbelievable, and that just goes to show how hard EA puts their time into this game, because we've had the same face scans for 25 years. I respect it. And then we obviously get to see a look at the walkouts for the high school games, and it looks like we'll begin the same hype level for high school games, obviously, but at a much smaller level than the college football games. But regardless, it just brings that much more detail and hype to the game. And then last but not least, as our teaser for High School Road to Glory, we see 3 hats showing signing day for recruits and a recruit deciding between Virginia Tech, LSU, and Oregon. It would be sick, though, to not choose any of those, and you are secretly wearing a shirt of the team you're actually going to, like some recruits do in real life. I'm just saying that would be sick. We then get another look at the new intros and lighting features for intros at LSU and North Carolina, and then we get to see our first peek at the Rose Bowl trophy, giving more hype for the big games and the playoffs this year. And then more walkouts for more teams, and we get to see a crowd that is way more invested than we've seen before, and they're all taking part in the celebrations, obviously, as the home team crowd. And we have some more walkouts, some more intros for school like we had last year, but I'd expect way more this year as EA has obviously had another year under their belt to develop this game. And we get another look at coaches walking out on the field with their teams, a couple of more intros with the drones and everything for a few colleges before we start getting into more intros, and finally our first look at gameplay. And one of the big things I'm noticing here is all of the mascots and everything, which I'm really hoping it means they're teasing mascot mode. It's one of the best modes in college football history, so I would love to have that back in the game. It would be a perfect addition to the game this year to go along with high school and Road to Glory and all of those modes. And then we get our first look at gameplay with Bryce Underwood breaking out of a sack in the pocket and then throwing a ball on the run. And additionally, it does show that it's a Nike ball. Last year we got a ton of different, types of footballs and everything, and just all types of gear. So I'm expecting this year to get different brands of shoes, footballs, gloves, everything like that, just like we had last year, but probably to an even bigger extent. I mean, you can see all the different types of stuff on the linemen, on the wide receivers, on the QBs. They all have different customizable gear. And I would love to see more of that this year because everyone loves customizing their football players, whether it's the lineman, the QB, the cornerback, the middle linebacker. Everyone loves doing that. So hopefully they let us do that and they have more stuff to customize with this year. But again, we see a sick break sack animation followed by Bryce Underwood throwing the football on the run. It's still a sick break sack animation regardless, and it just goes to show that EA is going to be putting more and more animations in the game every single year. I think they had thousands last year. I'd expect thousands more this year as well. And speaking of which, it kind of looks like we get a new catch and dive or reach for the end zone animation here with the USC wide receiver. Maybe I'm bugging here, but it definitely looks like something newer at least. But again, maybe I'm coping because it's a new game. I'm fully willing to admit if I am, but it definitely looks semi-new. And then after that, we get tons of new intros, running animations, trucking, tackling animations, and this also goes into the new wear and tear everywhere system that they talk about in the blog. It says the advanced wear and tear system delivers more realism. It is now fully customizable to fit your play style. Manage fatigue strategically and save your favorite playmakers for key moments with dynamic substitutions that allow you to rotate players in and out on the fly. No pause screen needed. And one thing I will say, this may be a hot take, I wasn't a huge fan of wear and tear. I like it for the, the realism, but past that, I was getting so annoyed by it just trying to make videos and everything. But obviously that's a different experience than what you guys are. Anybody who enjoys it, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just my own opinion, but I wasn't a huge fan of it, so it being customizable this year is definitely huge for me, and I think I'm going to enjoy it a lot more if I can tone it down a bit. After that, we get to see some turnover celebrations for teams like Georgia and Arizona State and Rice and all of those teams, showing that we're going to get more and more of these on-field and off-the-field interactions with all of our players this year. And we get to see some more gameplay. We get to see Arch Manning walk out onto the field. A motion play right here that turns into a screen pass seems really interesting, and that also helps us go into a deep dive on all of the new plays and everything this year. And in the blog, they say our vision for what it means to experience college football continues to be our wide open, fast-paced gameplay that's anchored by a swath of foundational football features like stunts and twists, custom zones, improved blocking, and coverage logic. Utilize dynamic substitutions for easier fatigue management on the field with additional upgrades coming to wear and tear system. We've overhauled archetypes to encompass the unique skill sets you see every Saturday with over 2,800 new plays, kind of like the one we just saw with Arch Manning. And like Rice's modern option and Penn State's gadget heavy, thousands of players and over 300 real baller coaches with true to life schemes. This is our most authentic college football experience yet. Stay tuned for gameplay deep dive to learn more. So we're going to be learning more about gameplay, but just plays like that, just sprinkled throughout the trailer and everything, definitely go to show that there's going to be a ton, and I mean a ton of new plays that are going to be utilized by all of us in this game, whether that be an online, Dynasty, Road to Glory. It's going to be really insane how many new plays we have in this game. And as I talked about a few times throughout this trailer, we do get to see a new look at the Stadium Pulse, which is going to be way more intense than ever before. They talk about in the blog when you're in away territory, and it's going to get even more crazy when you're in the playoffs as the away team, as obviously we see an interception thrown here by the opposing team in Oregon territory. After that, though, we get another look at a turnover celebration right there, and then we get to see 2 coaches meeting at the middle of the field before the game, I believe. It might be after the game, but regardless, very, very cool either way that all of the coaches are going to be able to interact with each other and everything. I mean, there's 300 coaches in the game. Again, I would like to know if like most of those are head coaches or if that includes coordinators and everything, because obviously if there's 150 head coaches and then 50 coordinators, that means we got 18 or 16 new teams in the game this year. But regardless, I would fully bet we're going to be getting new teams and everything. We got a ton of decent ones last year, so I would love to have some smaller schools and everything in the game this year. But the coaches meeting at midfield is super sick to see. And after that, we get to see Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams, obviously the cover athletes for College Football 26, show off new catching and route running animations as one of them mosses a guy. The other one gets a sick spet catch behind the back. I mean, looks like there's going to be a lot of new catching animations, which you would expect since the 2 cover athletes are all-star wide receivers. But either way, it's just a lot of new stuff that is going to be added to the game in terms of animations this year, especially for the wide receiver positions, I'm guessing. And then the trailer ends, but one of the things that they kind of tease right here is with all of the trophies being hoisted. So with that, they announced in the blog that the trophy case is returning. It says, show off your championship. We heard your feedback, and thanks to you, Trophy Room is back. Now is your chance to show off to your friends and rivals how successful you really are. There will be multiple ways for you to earn different kinds of trophies. Coach and manage your program in Dynasty. Focus on your journey as a college football legend and road to glory. Dominate online the road to the college football playoffs, and compete in classic rivalry games in Play Now. Now, guys, tell me if there's anything I missed. I'm sure there is, but I just want to go over all of the stuff you guys may have not noticed, or just go over some basic things and, everything in the blogs and everything. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my uploads. We're going to have a lot of videos coming up and a lot of College Football 26 videos, including my first Road to Glory very shortly for our College Football 26 season. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. And again, I'm giving away a copy of College Football 26. I'm going to be doing a few of these giveaways, so be sure to subscribe, stick around. I love you guys. Have a great day, and watch this video right here if you enjoyed this one. Peace.